Hey, what's up, troop? Happy Sunday. I am Michael Bennett, former Army combat medic. Welcome back to the Charlie Victor Sunday After Action Report. I apologize for the slow week. There's been a lot going on in our country. I've been focusing on trying to keep up and see the direction that our nation's headed. And I want to be really clear about something before we get started. Veteran mental health is still my main focus. That hasn't changed and it's not changing. But at the same time, I also took an oath once to serve this country. Not a party, not politicians, the people. And I can't sit here anymore and pretend that what I'm watching is acceptable. Here's what I see every day. We got families going hungry. We have veterans sleeping on sidewalks. We have people skipping doctor visits because they can't afford it. Young families are locked out of home ownership almost completely. And working people are drowning while doing everything that they were told to do right. At the same time, money moves fast and easy for lots of other things in our country. Billions are sent overseas, war after war. Now there's talk of bombing Syria. There's talk of boots on the ground in Venezuela. I don't see how any of that helps the American people. And if someone thinks it does, I'm more than willing to sit down and talk about it. Today's Sunday AAR, we're going to review the week and talk about moving forward. So let's get into it. Our Friday fireside, we talked about the Dan Crenshaw situation. And while he is in the spotlight right now, he's only one politician, and he's not even one of the big fish. He's representative of a much larger, broader problem that our current government has. It's a government that talks about service to the people while living nothing like the people that it claims to represent. This really is not separate from veteran mental health. You can't send people to fight endless wars, bring them home damaged, underfund their care, and then act shocked when they struggle or die in the streets. I'm tired of watching veterans suffer in silence. I'm tired of seeing folded flags while the people responsible never miss a payday. Half of our Congress are millionaires right now, and that's a problem. As important as I believe it is, I also don't want it to take away from our veteran mental health topics. So that's why I'm starting a whole new series called Public Servants' Private Fortunes. That's where we'll take a closer look at exactly how our government operates, who's profiting from it, and the mechanisms that they use. This is not the left versus the right. This is not Republican versus Democrat. This is about a political class that keeps getting richer while regular Americans keep losing ground. Both sides find money for war. Both sides find money for donor needs. Both sides protect the system that benefits them. It's funny how that's never a partisan fight. But when it comes to healthcare, housing, veterans, families, mental health, suddenly we're told there's no money. Every 4 years we're held hostage with the same promises while nothing changes. The truth is right in front of us. The money to fix our problems exists in this country. It just doesn't go to the people. The money here goes to corporations. It goes to politicians, their portfolios. It goes to other countries. It goes to war. That's not on accident. That's a choice. Now, I'm not here telling anyone how to vote. I'm not telling anyone to pick a side. I'm just telling you to start paying attention. Follow the money. Stop accepting the same old excuses year after year. The American government is no longer operated for the people that it claims to serve. Saying that doesn't make you unpatriotic. Ignoring it does. Charlie Victor will keep focusing on veteran mental health. That mission stands. But I will also speak openly about a government that has lost touch with its people. Because those things are destroying lives every single day, just as surely as anything else is. Silence isn't neutral. If you believe in this country, then if you care about veterans and families in the future, then follow along. Even if you're doing fine as a veteran, the next man might not be. Before I sign off, I want to speak directly to the veterans watching this. A lot of us grew up in forever wars. We had Iraq, we had Afghanistan. It was rotations that never ended. We did what we were asked to do. We went where we were asked to go. We carried things home with us that, we still have to deal with daily. And most of us have kids on our own. And we're sitting here watching the same drumbeat start all over again. More war talk, more overseas involvement, same justifications, just different maps. And I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in watching my children inherit the exact same cycle. What bothers me the most isn't just the wars. It's that somewhere along the way, we let the country get handed over to influencers, personalities, and people that are just chasing attention instead of actual responsibility to the people. We traded seriousness for flash and real service for some media branding. Actual leadership is just clout now. And the ship has drifted off course. So maybe this is the next mission. Maybe stepping back into responsibility for a nation, paying attention, calling things for what they are, holding our leaders actually accountable, refusing to stay quiet while the same mistakes repeat. We know what blind obedience looks like, and we know what bad leadership costs. And we've already paid the price for it once. Always forward doesn't necessarily mean charging ahead without thinking. It just means learning and adjusting. You correct course as you go. It means protecting whatever's coming next. So if you're a veteran watching this, just understand, you're not done serving just because you hung your uniform up. Maybe the mission's changed, it shifted a little bit. Maybe now it's just about keeping this country from eating a whole nother generation. Always forward, always together. I've got your 6.